Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top right side is the red English, we have kauP. Spawn on bottom left side is the cyan Malians, we have Corvinus1. Let's see now, English versus Malians. English, they of course have access to the early man-at-arms and the vanguard man-at-arms, which are both powerful assets, especially the vanguard or the early man-at-arms. A lot of factions have trouble with feudal age man-at-arms. But then again, the Musfadi warrior, is that a feudal age or castle age unit? I forget exactly. So the Malians may have a good counter to that. The English, of course, have access to the longbow, a fan favorite, powerful all-range unit. Malians, they do have a lot of other units. Of course, got the veteran Donzo, or not just veteran, the Donzo, which is an effective spearman, but the longbowmen should be able to quickly deal with them. Javelin throwers could be a good counter to the longbowmen. Longbowmen do have a range of 7, but javelin throwers do have a longer range than regular archers of 6. So that could be a good counter unit. They also do have 3 inherent pierced armor. And there's also the warrior scout, which does not get any bonus versus range when it gets, nor does it have inherent pierced armor. So warrior scout may not be a good item in this matchup unless you're trying to hit the villagers only. Sofas, a heavy cav, could be reasonable. They do bonus versus infantry, so that'd be good versus the archers as well as men-at-arms. May still want to avoid spearmen, but they do have 2/2 armor inherently. And we got the Abbey of Kings being plotted field. Okay, that's going to be a little bit different. No council hall, Montecore, pretty standard. Mining pit right there, collected some good amount of gold. And with the Montecore there, it does have some decent gold generation. When it comes to economic benefits, of course, we've got the mining pit here, provide a good passive amount of gold generation. Montecore as a landmark provides some additional gold generation. While red has, of course, eventually they can get more powerful farms there, which will quickly exceed cows in no time, as well as one of the most powerful economic benefits in the entire game. Only be passed by, I would say, the Abbasid Dynasty plus 50% collection of all resources. And the English player is eyeing for on the second town center very quickly with all that stone being collected on up. We now have the warrior scout research as well as professional scout. Looks like he's going to eye to start hunting down some deer on the field. Yeah, it is professional scouts. I personally find this research far too expensive for most factions. Even for the Malians, you do of course get a more powerful scout to deploy out for this usage, but still, I just really wish that professional scouts was actually like cheaper. It shouldn't be more than 75 gold, in my opinion. Not 275 gold. Because most factions will not get it. Most common faction to get it is probably Delhi Sultanate, because they can just get it for free, because everything else is research. We do have the first king being put on the field. And his scout girlfriend will be pushing on way forward. Warrior scout falling on back. As I mentioned beforehand, the warrior scout does not get any bonus versus range, but as well going for the Abbey Kings, like to suggest he's not going for a long bowman anytime soon. Warrior scouts, multiple warrior scouts are being put on the field. 8, soon to be 9. Collecting up all these forest puffers, bring them back on home. Very good micro of all these warrior scouts. Of course, these are all dead. Good country steal them. Charge forward the warrior scouts to go past the town center. Got triple town center already as well. Both sides eyeing for mass eco play. No additional towns are split up by the Malians just yet. Rely on the 3 gold generation from these mining pits. Right now that's just providing 70. This one's providing 102. They of course got the Montecore as well. Takes out Red's scout there as well. Going for a fresh scout to go along with the king. And also got the Malian player not eyeing for the cattle ranch. So both sides are going for mass eco play. He also could take time to collect up his deer deposit here to bring them back home, so he doesn't have to worry about venturing on the map too much. He could actually eye for some trade as well. Toll outposts are pretty good, though without the Saharan trade network is a little bit weaker, but still good nonetheless. That's going to be collecting that deer deposit here. Does have a gate there. But look at this. Look at the trees pattern. This is an entire intraversable area. Only this little area is there. So this actually is a good spot for trade. If he leaves these trees mostly untouched, this is a very protectable spot there. Like, we're deploying a small amount of stone walls there, maybe a stone gate to go along with it, and then you got a very protected trade starting point. The end point, however, a little bit more exposed. A lot of trees you can patch up with walls. So it is possible you can go for some trade. Though trade at this point in time is expensive. The English player has gotten out 3 town centers. He's probably going to go for the White Tower in order to secure up these gold deposits. White Tower right here will probably be pretty good to help secure up the gold and the stone. Got the Grand, how do I pronounce this? Fulani Corral deployed on the field to improve the food generation from these cows. So we've got Fast Castle for the Malians. I'm going to fast forward a little bit since both players are just eyeing for eco phase. The Scout and King are finally pushing way forward to be really hit by these Warrior Scouts. Do now have the Veteran Warrior Scout research. I always forget, does the Veteran Warrior Scout does get bonus versus range? I know that for sure, but does it get any Pierce armor to go along with it? White Tower being plotted field. Where is it going out? And an incredibly defensive position that I totally miscalled. I guess he can't really push out on the field. He has no military force to escort villagers out of the field to deploy out aggressively. So he's going to be a bit more defensive with it. Which there's 2 town centers and the White Tower. That can keep a good amount of farms here nice and secured. He can also take time to keep the deer, the forest puppers. Veteran Warrior Scout. No, they still don't get any additional Pierce armor. They do get the bonus damage for range, but no additional Pierce armor. So longbow and any sort of archer still a soft counter towards them. Another mighty pit on field, getting some more gold generation. Very nice. I'm going to fast forward a little bit more. The King and the Scout push way forward. Got these villagers eyeing for a toll outpost there. He may be eyeing for a 4 gold collection there. Warrior Scouts going to be overrunning the King. Of course, the King does have 3 Pierce armor or hack armor at the moment. Veteran Warrior Scouts pushing before. There are 15 villagers here. The town center can only hold 10. So half these guys will be drawing the short straw, but will be saved. Warrior Scouts do, of course, have a good amount of health regen, so they can recover quickly. Look at that health regen. It's absurd. Can't deploy out some more housing. The sacred site is in the way. Cyan could have gone for some EMs or grabbed relics earlier on, but he has not. That could help him with some additional free resource generation. Now got some more sofas being deployed on the field. Here's has the imported armor as well, so they have 5/5 armor. No blacksmith research at the moment, going for some economic techs. The food technologies do improve the base, the collection rate of the cattle ranches and the cows within them. Probably does not affect the plus 20 food per minute for them, but so that's a good benefit nonetheless. If you're wondering about the tick down here, that is a food collection of the cattle ranch of itself and the cows within. Does not factor in the nearby 20 food per minute. Veteran Warrior Scouts, go take out the Scout, no problem. The King now is running for his life. They have a regicide going on. And he sees all these cavalry. Good idea to go for Spearmen. He can go for some crossbows as well. They do bonus damage versus the Veteran Sofa since they are heavy cav. Not so much versus the Warrior Scouts, but they have no real Pierce armor, so they can take some big hits. The King's now healing himself. Now the King's will be backed up into a corner. There's some palisade walls here. Neither side has picked up any relics at the moment. Red can't really pick up relics. Got another keep here. He's going ultra defensive, isn't he? And the king will now be killed off. More crossbowmen. He needs more spears. He needs spearmen upgraded to veteran. And this is going a bit overkill on defense, probably. Signs even taking time to clean up the stone deposit on his side of the map. Very nice. Got this stone deposit being cleaned up as well. I realized something as well. There's large, small, large, small. Got large here, small, small, large. I think the English players spawned more stone on the side of the map. Because there's only one central stone deposit here, so I think the English player actually got lucky with more stone deposits, larger ones deposits on his side of the map. But there are two small ones on this side to be claimed. We have some now veteran archers on field. The sofas and warrior scouts do push on forward. Does pull out some palisade walls there. Does have a bit of berries can claim on up. And now the Berkshire castle's now pulling a field. We got 2 landmark keeps and 1 river keep. Why is there so many? Is he going for a wonder victory? Is he eyeing for a wonder victory? Put it like right here? It's going to need 6,000 stone for that. I'm not sure what the English player is doing. He's going for ultra defense, that's for sure. We do have, of course, the enclosures being researched. One of the best economic techs going in the game. One of the best economic benefits of the mills. We have now the veteran spearman research. It's going to need the elite spearman research as well. As the airs are gauging on in, they're currently only 6 damage since he doesn't. This one's by 6 damage. Shouldn't they be 7? So he has the. Oh, no, I'm looking the wrong side. Yep. No pierce damage research. We might even have a blacksmith for research. Gold and oil being researched now. Spearman gets some quick damage there. Crossbows getting engaging as well. He does have a very good number of villagers, that's for sure. He has 3 talented. His opponent still has the 1. Of course, he does have a good amount of free resource generation, but he's severely outnumbered military, but he has a good defensive line. He can lose his town center. These villagers, you don't want to lose these villagers, not unnecessarily. Spearman needs more spearmen. Charging forward. Got poison arrows, pierce damage, everything, more research. Not giving the next age just yet. Has a bit of resources for it though. He could perhaps deploy out some stone walls, protect his flanks if he's going to be this defensive. This stone deposit has been almost halfway claimed. Another mill going up. He's eyeing for more farms. We got a good mix of warrior, scout, and sofas here, so it's hard for the crossbows to get damage on the sofas. Looks like some of these villagers there. Spearman gains some good damage on in. But the Spearman can get easily overwhelmed. His opponent's lacking in some military production. Let's get a spear brace there. He can lose some villagers, but he don't want to do that too much. With the amount of defenses he has, he really should eye getting out even pierce damage. With pierce damage research, his defenses will be even more effective. Let's get a spear brace there. So engage the sofas now. Crossbows getting some good hits as well. This force is slowly being whittled down. Townsend is not garrisoned at the moment. Let's get some good spear braces there. So right now he's really close to everything. Sofas do bonus damage versus infantry. And this force does get disintegrated by all those spearmen. He's now getting some forward production here. Of this amount of defensive line. Looks like he has all the cows in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So not all the cows are inside there. He's collecting up some of these cows as resources. So no, that's still collecting the deer carcasses. And still some sheep here. Berkshire Castle not getting some damage on the keep. Probably a good idea not to charge forward. Keeps do have 5 flame armor. It'd be probably a good idea just if you want to get damage on there, you could garrison the Berkshire Castle, get it some 20 extra arrows. He does have network of citadels, and going for a cannon placement, and maybe go for a spring gold as well. He does get the keep garrisoned up, so it's now firing a lot of arrows against the keep, slowly whittling it down. He deletes his town center there. Get more mills. Not every day you see someone delete the town center. Try not to expand out this way. I still believe he should eye for a bit of stone walls at the current rate. Sign's going for more production. Got a big line of battering rams, which of course may be a good item. Though honestly, man-at-arms would be decent as well. Sofas are durable, but man-at-arms, of course, can be some good damage. Spearmen wouldn't be half bad against all these archers, so probably man-at-arms would generally be the best. Does spot these battering rams push way forward, and it will rapidly decrease the health amount of arrows firing from this thing. Start hitting the monster, or no, that's the university. Doesn't have any research from it. University will go down. Of course, it has this other keep there. There's a lot of defensive options here. Advancing forward, Spearman with some man-at-arms here. He's still severely outnumbered, but he still has a great economy. Let's advance forward. Let's have all these defensive placement here. These sofas cannot last long with all this nearby defensive placement. Also get another man-at-arms here. Crossbows engaged as well. He doesn't get any elite units just yet. He's a bit low in gold. Before, gave some good damage to the infrastructure. There's a large number of battering rams here. Red's back lines or front lines starting to disintegrate. Most of the sofas have gone down, so a good number of archers here. Man-at-arms still a good item in that situation. He has a bit of gold and food to work with. Those are a bit low in gold. He has no gold deposits left at home, so all the gold he has at the moment is purely meant for, as from those enclosures. Berkshire Castle now seems to be fired. Casting a handful of villagers there to repair it up is probably a good idea. Of course, it only costs wood to repair that up. Got the White Tower also firing this way. Doesn't have any upgrades itself. More battering rams here. The Berkshire Castle gains some damage on these forces. Crossbows engaging. Poison arrows are starting to connect. More battering rams pushing it forward as well. Just so many battering rams. He's trying to blow out anything he can get, but he just lost too much of the infrastructure. He's having trouble remaxing. Berkshire Castle will go down. He does have boiling oil there. Boiling oil does do siege damage, so it does do full damage versus these battering rams, but the rate of fire is very slow. Keep will go down. Villagers are pushing it forward. He does have plenty of villagers prepared his opponent, so he can afford to lose all of them right there. Now these villagers get finding what's using to clean up all of these battering rams. He's losing some housing as well, which will reduce his max population cap. He will be at pop cap now. Man-at-arms push right forward. He still needs some trebuchets here. His gold collection is still dismal. His wood collection rate is still not great either. He does have these palisade walls here. I think with stone as well. He can use wood to repair up the Berkshire Castle, which he has a couple villagers doing it now. Needs some housing there to get out of the pop cap. These forces are being slowly being whittled down. The Malian player does lose his military. Remember, the Malian has a lot of resources stored up and not remaxing all too well. He has some Musafati warrior, they're anti-heavy specialists. Longbows will be an excellent counter to them since they are light melee. Spring gold firing away. Some defensive spring golds could be useful for another wave of battering rams. Which there are some more battering rams. As well far. There's these villagers there. He does have he can lose these villagers. Get some good hits there as well. His Blacksmith research is still quite poor, doesn't even have any pierce damage at the moment. It's been useful in that previous engagement to improve his castles. More barons going down, those perhaps being recast on the wood line. Needs more wood. Has some useful amount of gold with going for armor clad now. Getting them +2/+2 armor, very good. Probably cheaper than going for blacksmith research. And quicker. This force starting falling back. These villagers push me forward. He may be trying to torch down the keep with villagers. Second landmark destroyed for red. I'm not sure what else got destroyed. Oh, the Berkshire Cat or the Abbey of Kings burnt down, I believe. I don't think that was destroyed. I think that may have been burnt down because I just saw that pop up. Trying to torch down the keep there, but it does have this these villagers here repairing it up. He will lose a good number of villagers. They're being taxed on off. Mangonel does avoid the Mangonel fire, falling back now, going for his textiles research. Going for a keep here. Berkshire Castle still not completed. Just stand to get some other infrastructure. Where did he get? He still has all this food. I didn't realize he had that much food collected. He's been lacking wood and gold. He needs to sell off some of this food for gold. So thanks to enclosures, man-at-arms are pretty cheap in gold, so you can go for a massive number of man-at-arms. You knock out the Bonko repairs. Buildings repaired 50% faster. It's actually repaired, upgrades don't see people too often. No relics claimed by either side. Science could have really got these relics. And still in Castle Age as well. And now he's finally getting his elite research. When he gets elite research, now his stuff will hit much harder and last much longer. He gets elite army tactics as well, that can be significant, and finally gets blacksmith research. He's been having he had a technological possibility advantage, just haven't been able to use it. Because when he's fighting against these Musfadi warriors, he needs some longbows to go along with him. Or Mangonels. Musfadi warriors, they are not very healthy, they're at 110 health. If I can find a spearman comparison. The elite spearman has 130 health, so they have I think they have the same health as the spearman line. So in other words, they're very vulnerable to Mangonels. And speaking of which, there's no weapon place in here. You can use Mangonels to siege down keeps. They do bonus damage versus buildings at a decent rate as well, which will be useful against his opponent's composition of archers and soon be Musfadi warriors. Red's now eyeing for a counterattack along the flanks. That can be very useful. Even getting hit in his wood line can be devastating to his opponent. His opponent does not have replaceable villagers, while the English does. Berkshire Castle has been repaired on up, receiving some repairs as well. You could garrison the Berkshire Castle to get more arrows flying. Springdall trying to set on up, get some hits there on these batting ramps, would be useful. This blue force advance forward. Let's have these forces now push way forward. We'll hit some of these villagers. More villagers push me forward, try and get some more repairs. Berkshire Castle's primary arrows do 14 damage. Villagers trying to set forward. We can force down these batteries quite quickly. Got some Mangonels here. Of course, the Mangonels do not outrange the Berkshire Castle, but they're able to get these hits on these forces here. Now with elite research, he's able to handle this much better. He has 9 hack armor to elite man arms and get up to 10. With some hack damage as well, very good. He also has a good amount of wood in reserve. I still believe he should get out some longbows. Forces push me forward, man-at-arms as well. Archers receive a bit of hits there now from these elite man-at-arms. They do have poison arrows, but they do get a bit more effective for the elite man-at-arms than they normally would. They have right now 9 attack, and so the 9 or 8 pierce armor of these elite man-at-arms, so they take 1 damage per arrow, but the additional 3 damage over 6 seconds will make it so their arrows do a lot more over time. So it'll take a bit of time for him to kill off these man-at-arms. And those poison effects do stack up. But maybe not stack up fast enough. Man-at-arms do, of course, have 180 health, which is quite a bit. More man-at-arms push forward, and Zion backs out the game. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.